My name is Laura Mitchell. And this is my story. At 43, I was searching for women's shelters online. Not because I had nowhere to go, but because I had finally decided. I was done surviving him. People hear the word abuser, and they picture bruises. They picture screaming, broken dishes, police at the door. But nobody tells you about the other kind. The quiet kind. The man who never raised his hand, but raised his voice just enough to make you question your own memory. The man who loved you so loudly in public and dismantled you so quietly at home. That was my husband. Charming to everyone who knew him, and suffocating to the only person who really did. He didn't lock the door. He didn't have to. He just made sure I had nowhere else to go. No money that was mine. No bank account in my own name. No work experience, because early in our marriage he said, "You don't need to work. I'll take care of everything." And I believed him. Because back then, I thought that was love. 17 years. 17 years I spent making myself smaller. Quieter. Less opinionated. Less. Every time I tried to take up space, he found a way to shrink me back down. A comment here. A silence there. Controlling what I wore. Who I saw. Where I went. And slowly, so slowly I didn't even notice, I disappeared. Not all at once. Just piece by piece. Until one day, I looked in the mirror. And I didn't recognize the woman looking back at me. The hardest part about leaving. It wasn't him. It was the fear. The world outside felt enormous, and I felt so small. I hadn't worked in 17 years. I had no savings, no references, no resume. I had friends once, but they had faded away, because he made every friendship feel like a problem. I had a family, but I had spent years pretending everything was fine, because I was ashamed. Ashamed that I, a grown woman, had let this happen. But here is what I know now. It was never my fault. Manipulation doesn't announce itself. It arrives dressed as love. As protection. As, I just worry about you. I just want what's best for you. I just love you so much. And by the time you see it for what it is, you are already so deep inside it that the cage feels like home. The night I finally searched for shelters, I was sitting on the bathroom floor. Not crying. Not screaming. Just done. Done apologizing for existing. Done making myself invisible to keep the peace. Done calling his control love. Something shifted that night. Quiet. Small. But real. Like a door that had been locked for 17 years finally cracked open. I won't pretend leaving was easy. It was the hardest thing I have ever done. I had to ask for help, and that felt like swallowing glass. I had to start from zero, at 43, when I thought my life was already writ. I had to learn things I should have known at 25. How to open a bank account. How to sign a lease. How to sit in a room full of strangers and not feel like I needed his permission to speak. The first months were survival. Just breathing. Just existing. Just getting through the day. Without falling apart completely. But then, something unexpected happened. I started to remember who I was. Before him. Before the 17 years of slowly disappearing. She was still there. Quieter than before. A little bruised. A little unsure. But still there. Still standing. I am 45 now. And I want to be honest with you. I am happy. Not the kind of happy you perform for other people. Not the kind of happy you fake in family photos. Real happy. Quietly, deeply, genuinely happy. I have a job I worked hard for. A small apartment that I chose. Every piece of furniture. Every color on the wall. Me. I have friendships that are real. People who know my whole story. And love me anyway. I take solo trips now. I eat at restaurants alone. And enjoy every single bite. I wake up on Saturday mornings. With no one to answer to. And instead of feeling lonely, I feel like the richest woman in the world. And I want to say something. Because I know what you might be thinking. That's easy for her. She got lucky. Not everyone's story ends like this. I hear you. But I want you to know. There was nothing lucky about my starting over. It was terrifying. It was exhausting. It was humbling. In ways I cannot fully describe. I built this life. Slowly. With shaking hands. And a heart that wasn't sure it could trust itself anymore. There was no magic moment. No one who saved me. Just me. Choosing myself. Again and again and again. So no. I don't think everyone has it easy. I know they don't. But I also know this. The woman who sat on that bathroom floor at 43. Searching for shelters. With no money. No plan. No idea what came next. She built something beautiful. Not because the world made it easy. Because she refused to believe. That floor was where her story ended.